Tennessee's Human Life Protection Act, which many call the trigger law, goes into effect in 1 hour in East Tennessee and 2 hours across the state. It will make it illegal for any provider to perform an abortion, and many legal experts say that is regardless of any circumstance.
Yeah, 6 on your side's Wes Cooper is live now here in the studio. So, Wes, I know you spoke with lawmakers today, and one says there are plans to propose bills that would make rape or incest exceptions for an abortion.
That's exactly right, Bo and Don. That's what Knoxville Representative Gloria Johnson says is a big issue for her and a lot of her constituents. In fact, she says there are zero expectations for an abortion under the trigger law, not even for the life of the mother.
I don't see it as lying to me. I see it as lying to every person in the state of Tennessee. There is an exception for life of the mother. And that is not true. It is a lie.
This bill does protect the life of the mother.
It's been more than 3 years since Tennessee's Human Life Protection Act passed. Democrat State Representative Gloria Johnson voted no every time the bill was brought to the House floor.
There is no exception in this bill. As of tomorrow, physicians can be charged with a felony for performing abortion in the case of rape, in the case of incest, human trafficking, and life of the mother.
The trigger law does provide an affirmative defense. However, that will not prevent abortion providers from being prosecuted. Under the statute, a defendant would have to provide a lot of evidence proving an abortion was necessary to save the life of the woman or prevent serious injury.
I can understand why somebody may be, against abortion, but don't tell me you're pro-life, because if you were pro-life, you would consider the life of the woman who is pregnant and the life of the 10-year-old girl you are forcing to carry the child that's a result of a rape or incest.
According to Johnson, more than 80% of Tennesseans are in support of some form of abortion access. Her fellow Democrat State Representative Sam McKenzie feels the same way.
It's a time of reflection. It's a time for the state of Tennessee to say, how do we want to treat our citizens? And I would think that there would be some fairness that will come out in the coming years over this trigger law, which, it was invoked prior to me taking the seat in the state General Assembly, but I would hope that we revisit this and do something that's a lot more humane than what's on the books right now.
I'm going to make sure that at least I have available a bill that codifies Roe, a bill that makes an exception for rape and incest, a bill that makes an exception for life of the mother, and a bill that makes sure that we don't make doctors felons.
If a Tennessee woman crosses state lines, is she in violation of the law? Can she literally be put into court because she violated Tennessee law? We don't know, but I know that's going to be one of a dozen, if not hundreds, of different types of situations where suddenly we have to think about criminal law because it's an area we haven't gone to.
Under the trigger law, performing an abortion is a Class C felony, which currently includes crimes like robbery and aggravated assault. They carry a maximum sentence of 15 years. Don.
All right, Wes, thank you very much. Tennessee's General Assembly, of course, will reconvene in Asheville next year. Like Gloria Johnson just told us, is expected proponents of the current trigger law will introduce bills to try to change that law.